if you drive by the school at 40 meters per second, this is pretty fast, right? That's 90 miles an hour. How long do we see your watch take to register 10 seconds? So it's going to take longer, right? The 10 seconds is going to dilate. Your clock will run slower. So the time that we see, the dilated time, will be the undilated time over this 1 minus v squared over c squared, right? So we're going to plug in the 10 seconds there and then our velocity there, right? So we'll go t is equal to 10 seconds divided by the square root of 1 minus 40 squared divided by 3.00 times 10 to the 8th, that whole thing squared, right? Okay, now let me, spoiler alert, our calculators aren't sensitive enough to actually figure out. There is some effect, but it's really, really small. So let's see if my calculator can do this. So I'm going to go 10 divided by the square root of 1 minus 40 squared divided by 3e8 squared. And of course I get 10, right? It's like, that's about 10, right? And because the calculator isn't, accurate enough to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go second entry. I'm just going to go up and grab that thing. And let's change the 40 to 40,000, right? So let's insert 3 zeros. There we go. When I do that, I get, if I do it for 40,000, I do the same exact calculation, right? I get 10.1234567 zeros and a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Okay, so it's just very small at 40,000. That's 40 kilometers per second, right? Okay, so let's do it for 0.2c, right? So we're going to do the same thing. So t is t naught over square root of 1 minus v squared over c squared, right? So that's going to be 10 seconds over square root of 1 minus 0.2c squared over c squared. Now I hope you realize that what happens here is that this becomes 0.04 c squared in the numerator, and the c squareds go away. Okay, so really what I'm going to do on my calculator is go square root of 1 minus 0.2 squared, because the c's will cancel. So I go 10 divided by the square root of, and this is your first power tip, right? What I type into my calculator literally is 10 divided by the square root of 1 minus 0.2 squared, okay? So this is why we always give speeds in relativity units as a factor of light. This means 20% of the speed of light, or 0.2 times 3 times 10 to the 8th, right? All right. And this is 10.2206 seconds, right? If I go half the speed of light, that's going to be 10 divided by the square root of 1 minus 0.5 squared. So 10 divided by the square root of 1 minus 0.5 squared, which is 11.547 seconds. Ta-da! All right, power tip.